I was holding the picture of Prabhupada in the front, that picture with a big flower garland, and Maharaj was in the back. We were all dancing, and the bullock cart arrived in Mayapur temple. And so we went to the temple hall first, and Navayogendra Swami was chanting there. And Lokanath was leading the kirtan. As we came in, they got together, both of them, and they had a big kirtan for another 45 minutes. By the time it was already 11 o'clock, over 11. So then Maharaj said, let's go and see Prabhupada, and we were all climbing upstairs. And Harishwari was standing there like this. He said, you can't go now. It's 11 o'clock. What is all this noise? Keep quiet, go back. Prabhupada is tired, he's sick, and he was standing there like this. And we were looking, like that. Prabhupada came out of his bathroom and turned to go into his room. And he was opening the door like this, and then he just turned this way and he saw us. He said, oh, bullock cart party, come. And Prabhu is standing here, and we are all going this way, that way, over him. He's still standing there trying to stop us, at least trying to stop some of us. Everyone was in. Prabhupada sat down, wiped his nose like this, and he said, so, Lokanath Swami, how are you? And he seemed to be gaining strength. And he looked very tired, but he was becoming stronger. And he had this bottle of barfi. He opened that and he gave everyone one piece. And he asked, where were you last night? So Lokanath Swami said, this Gaudiya Math in Navadvip, one Gaudiya Math, they charged us 2 rupees per head to sleep in a kirtan mandap in front of the deities, which had no roof. Means they were charging us for the sky. 2 rupees each per head. And Prabhupada laughed and he said, oh, this is nothing. And he said, mutts, it's a big thing. He said, they used to use the shalagram for cracking the bitter nuts. He said, this is called mutt. And he said, this is what happens to the Brahmins. And like that. And then he said, then he asked every single, after Allahabad, till Mayapur, he was asking, did you go to this village? Did you meet this man there? He said, did you go to Fatehpur? Did you see that Gaurnitai Bhavan? Those nice deities, did you visit there? And then it was like every single thing that was green in our memory, he was saying. And he said, you know how I know these places? Because I have gone to every single place for preaching. He said, I was staying in Gaurnitai Bhavan. And then he was telling, did you go here, did you go there? And he said, how did you do the Bihar side? How did you do the Bengal side? Were you in Bardwan? So Lokanath Swami said, yes, we came by the truck, but we got down in Bardwan and we started from there. Like that. He was talking for a long time. Most probably he was talking for over an hour. And then he said, now that you have come to Mayapur, now you should go to Puri. Like that. And that was the last thing he said.
There were many stories. Then another time when we had the first Portuguese Bhagavatam, we were again, the same thing, we were so eager to give this to Prabhupada. So I was taking a flight from Sao Paulo to Lima, Peru, and then on to Los Angeles. And so the airport was, anyway, it was in a very strange place, and every time we went there the car got lost and it got lost again. And we finally arrived at the airport after the flight had already boarded, and we were just determined we had to get this Bhagavatam to Prabhupada. So they said, I'm sorry, the flight's closed, and that's it. So Mahavir was there. He was also very fired up, so he actually grabbed the walkie-talkie from the lady at the counter and started talking to the people on the flight and said, hold that flight. So they held the flight. So then then they said, all right, you have to hurry. So then we ran to the flight, and we were so late, they wouldn't even issue a ticket there. Mahavir had to stay behind and buy the ticket. I just got on the plane. When I got to Lima, Peru, they gave me the ticket. And then I went on to Los Angeles. We met Prabhupada he arrived that next morning. He went in his Vyasa-san, spoke, and then I was so eager to give him this Bhagavatam because it pleased him so much, actually. You knew that it would always please him to give him these books. So as he was getting off his Vyasa-san, I couldn't wait till he got up to his room. I handed him the Bhagavatam. So then we finally went up to his room, and he looked at me and said, "This is your most important service, printing and distributing books." So when he said that, those words, I felt went deep into my heart. It was actually a very important moment for me when he said that. So, but you could always please Prabhupada that way. I had the experience of being the GBC of all of Latin America. And of course, we had so many projects. There were all kinds of things going on, you can imagine. And yet when I would go to see Prabhupada, the first question would always be, "So, how is the Sankirtan? How many books are being distributed?" We would ask that question.